Naomba munipende, mpende gavana na mpende William Ruto na makamu wake profesa, kwa sababu kama kuna kitu serikali nikimalizia imetusaidia ni kutupatia kiti ya waziri roko. Yesu mmesikia akipeana chakula kona nyingi, hata kama haijafika upande mwingine itafika. Pia hii serikali kama inatupenda, wakati yule alitimuliwa tulimpembeleza, tukampembeleza, mimi ikiwa pale haikuwezekana, lakini Mungu wa Abrahamu aisha.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your great support. Now, fellow Kenyans, let me ask you this question. Who does Wanga really think that she is in this country? Gladys Wanga ni nani? Acha niulize hivyo. Who does she really think that she is in this country? Because you can't tell me that Gladys Wanga, of all the people, is missing the Senate committee for the second time. Okay, why are you doing that? Who do you really think you are? I've heard that Wanga has refused to appear before the Senate committee for public accounts for the second time. And listening to Kajwang speaking about this thing has really made me have a lot of thoughts in my mind. And another thing that I want us also to talk about is the Senate of Embu. That is Senator Mundigi. Mundigi is saying that the people of Embu are supposed to love him. Yani apendwe kwa sababu alifanya ruku akawa CS. So those are the two key things that I want us to talk about. But before we do that, let me humbly request you fellow Kenyans that if at all we are meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well like, you can share, drop in your comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where exactly you are watching this video from. If you're in the country, I would request that you tell me which part of the country or county number at the comment section. And if you're outside the country, as I normally say, you can tell me either the code, the country's name or the country's flag at the comment section, and all shall be well. To our returning viewers, thank you, God bless you for the great work that you're doing. And for our first timers, please don't just watch a video and forget to subscribe, because by subscribing, you're going to give yourself a chance to join Bonita Media's community, so that any moment there's a video that has been uploaded, it will be very easy for you to get access to it just by clicking the notification bell. Let's get back to the discussion and start by listening to what Kajwang was saying concerning Gladys Wanga.
This morning, the County Executive of Homa Bay was supposed to appear before the Public Accounts Committee to respond to issues raised by the Auditor General on the County Executive Receipt of Revenue and County Revenue Fund for the financial year 2024-2025. We expected Governor Gladys Wanga and her team to come before the committee and explain measures taken to deal with the non-conformances and violations of law that were exposed by the Auditor General. Governor Wanga and her team failed to appear before the committee. Instead, we received a letter in the morning requesting for a postponement. The committee considered the letter, and being the second request for postponement, the committee resolved to issue summons to compel the appearance of the County Executive of Homa Bay before the Public Accounts Committee. This is in line with Article 229, which places very strict timelines on the part of the Senate. By 31st of March, the Senate is expected to conclude its deliberations and report to the House for appropriate action. We must make it clear that appearing before the Senate is not a favor to the members of the Senate, to the members of the Public Accounts Committee, or even to the public. It is a constitutional obligation. We must also make it clear that committees of the Senate are not like a buffet where governors choose which committee to appear before and which one not to appear before. It is a matter that has already been adjudicated, including by the Supreme Court, on the responsibility and obligation of governors as chief executive officers to come to the Senate and to address issues that have been raised by the Auditor General on financial management or mismanagement. We all swore an oath to protect the Constitution. we all swore an oath to defend devolution. And I want to call on governors that let us linda Katiba, let us also linda ugatuzi. Ultimately, those are the two main imperatives that will lead to a transformation in the lives of our people. Indeed, accountability was a key pillar in our campaign promises. I do recall when we were campaigning in the last election, we went around together saying that we will be more accountable and we will be more transparent and we will be more responsive and will be more concerned about governance. In Homa Bay County, accountability has been part of our political culture. It's been part of our governance culture. I do recall that the first governor of Homa Bay, His Excellency Cyprian Awiti, never failed to appear before the Senate. In fact, I remember instances where he appeared before the Senate when he was unwell or when he had just come from hospital, because he understood that that was not a favor to the people of Homa Bay. That was part of his core job description. And I do hope that Governor Wanga will also borrow a leaf from what the predecessors have done. There were critical issues that we needed to have clarity on. For example, the pending bills in Homa Bay has been escalating. The financial statements indicate that the year closed at 1.5 billion in terms of pending bills. That is a lot of money locked up within the county, which if it was released, it would stimulate the local economy. What is unfortunate is that more than 1 billion of that debt is older than 365 days. We wanted to have a discussion on the spiraling wage bill. Homa Bay has one of the highest wage bills of county governments in Kenya. 54% of Homa Bay's revenue goes to payment of salaries and wages, and yet PricewaterhouseCoopers had flagged that the payroll of Homa Bay is ridden with ghosts and the payroll of Homa Bay needs to be cleaned. This was a substantive discussion at our last meeting with the governor, and we expected that she would come and tell us what measures she has taken to ensure that we address the issue of ghost workers and a spiraling wage bill. We also wanted to discuss county priorities. Homa Bay County, the referral hospital is still under construction at a cost of roughly 270 million. And yet we have a swanky new county headquarters at a cost of 800 million. The question would be, what do we need more? Do we need a good headquarter for current and future governors, or do we need a good hospital for children and women who are in dire need of health services? We wanted to discuss the slow implementation of certain programs. For example, the Kenya Informal Settlement Improvement Plan, KISIP. About 1.4 billion was allocated as a conditional grant. It was meant to improve informal settlements in Makongeni, Shauriako, Sofia, 1,000 streets in Oyugis, in Nyandiwa, and Rusinga Old Town. The Auditor General indicates that the project is not proceeding in accordance with original plans, and we wanted to know what plans the county government has. We also wanted to understand, in terms of on-source revenue, Homa Bay's on-source revenue has grown consistently, but it's because of hospital fees. The Auditor General has reported that the monies collected from hospitals, which ideally should go to an FIF fund, Facility Improvement Fund, is not being disbursed back to the hospitals 100%, which is contrary to national legislation. We wanted to get an assurance from the governor that whatever is collected from hospitals is plowed back into the hospitals to ensure that we've got quality healthcare in Homa Bay County. And there are a few other things that came from the audits of prior years, Kigoto, things like county aggregation and industrial parks. So we had a rich, full menu of issues to discuss, and we do hope that when we issue the summons, that the governor of Homa Bay will appear before the Senate and will explain to the Senate and to the people of Homa Bay measures taken to ensure that we linda Katiba, we linda Ugatuzi, we linda Homa Bay, and we linda the people who have entrusted us with leadership.
I want us to understand this, that Gladys Wanga is the governor of Homa Bay, and Kajwang is the senator of Homa Bay. Interesting. And Kajwang is the chairperson of this committee, of this public accounts committee. We have Kajwang, we have Kajwang, we have got Edward Sifuna, Senator Cherigei. We have got a lot of senators there. aswa wale ambao naweza sema wale ambao hawaelewani na Gladys Wanga. But then kuelewana nayo ama kutoelewana nayo, let's put that one aside, because when it comes to that place they don't look at umejua tuelewani tupatani blah blah blah, all those issues. Let's talk about this thing this way. I've been thinking that you see, anybody who is singing Tutam or anybody who is following William Ruto, mtu yote ambaye anafuatana na William Ruto kama ng'ombe, ama tuseme si kama ng'ombe, kama kondoo, wale watu ambao wanafuata William Ruto hapa na pale, those leaders, they have guts. I would say that they really have guts, and they think that William Ruto can defend them. Maybe that is what is in their mind. Let's assume that is what is in their mind. Wanafikiria ama wanadhania ya kwamba Ruto atawatetea wakati ambapo wanapaswa kujibu maswali. One thing these guys really need to understand, that when it comes to accountability, whether uko karibu na William Ruto ama hapa, kama huyo William Ruto mwenyewe ndio Wakenya wanasisitiza kwamba they want him to be accountable. Sasa itakuwaje wewe ufuatane na yeye na ukose kuwa accountable ukidhania kwamba atakutetea? That is where these people are missing the point. And I think what needs to happen right now is that they really need to be away. Let me say this. They really need to be away yenye mtu yote mwenye hataki kuwa accountable. Or maybe, let's say for example, let's assume that these governors, you see the governors wenye wataki attend meetings, like hawataki kwenda kwa public accounts, a meeting committee to be accountable. These governors should be visited in their own constituencies or in their own counties, in their own counties, so that wakose sasa wamekosa kuja kwa committee, sasa kwa hii senate, sasa watch sasa hiyo committee yenyewe ipelekwe kwa county zao, in their offices. Sidhani kama wanaweza hepa. Uwezi ukahepa hii ya hapa na wepe ya county yako. The people that are doing these things wanahepa kwa sababu they know very well that ni waongo, ni wakora. That is why all this, you see them doing these things. I really don't know. That is why nilianza na kukuuliza, who does Gladys Wanga think that she really is in this country, that she can't do things that others are doing? She can't be on the, she really feels like she can't be on the same line like others are. It's very much, I would say that it's very much shameful for a governor who claims that she wants to be a deputy president to behave the way Gladys Wanga is behaving. Very much shameful. The second story is about Senator of Embu. That is Senator Mundigi. Senator Mundigi is requesting the people of Embu to love him. Yani anaomba kwamba mnipende tu. Mimi naomba tu mnipende kwa sababu ni mimi ndo nilifanya Ruku akawa CS.
Naomba mpende governor na mpende William Ruto na makamu wake Profesa, kwa sababu kama kuna kitu serikali nikimalizia imetusaidia ni kutupatia kiti ya waziri roko. Yes, umesikia akipeana chakula kona nyingi, hata kama haijafika upande mwingine itafika. Pia hii serikali kama inatupenda, wakati yule alitimuliwa tulimpembeleza, tukampembeleza, mimi nikiwa pale haikuwezekana, lakini Mungu wa Abrahamu aishi.
I want somebody to make me understand this. Maybe me ndio sielewi. So the reason as to why this guy loves William Ruto and he wants people to love him, Kindiki and Ruto, is because CS Ruku is a CS. Very wonderful. So simply because Ruku is a CS, so that one gives us, gives you, or maybe makes you think that we can love you. Kuna watu wengine ambao hata wanashangaa sana, how did they manage, by the way, how did they manage to become senators? How did this guy manage to become a senator? Watu wa Embu, I think you have a lot of work to do next time. You know your responsibility, and please I would request you to do it in a better way. in a way that pleases the Lord. Wacha niseme, do it in a way that pleases the Lord. Tafadhali next time mjaribu sana kwa uwezo wenu, ili mfanye yale mambo ambayo yanampendeza Mungu, kwa sababu this one is very shameful. Very shameful. Sasa huyu mjamaa huwa anawateteaje? When we talk about oversight. Huyu jamaa huwa anawateteaje, by the way, watu wa Embu? Anyway, I don't know what you think, fellow Kenyans. I would like to hear your thought at the comment section. More so this issue of Gladys Wanga. And imagine Gladys Wanga wants to become deputy president of the country. Na hataki kuappear before the committee, before the panel, so that she becomes accountable. Let me know what you think at the comment section, fellow Kenyans. That is just my opinion. Let me know your opinion.